Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It is Friday, April 14th, and we are here answering your financial questions. And Mark, it's been so funny that we've now been testing out all these new platforms. The thing I love about the one we're using right now is that you do give me an actual countdown instead of me having to count down for you. Although I still do it by rote, I guess. Anyway, if you have a financial question, maybe you are very quickly approaching your tax deadline, which, by the way, is April 18th, not 15th. But you might as well get your butt in gear and get your taxes done. All right. Now, this is the program that tries to take the mystery out of your financial life. We do that by encouraging you to go to our website, jillonmoney.com, clicking on the Contact Us button, and of course, checking the box if you would be willing to come on the air. While you're on the website, don't forget, we've got our new service. It's called Jill on Money Live. You will have access to quarterly live webinars and more special content to come. All right, let's get one of you on the air. Marie is on the line from Southern California. Marie, what's going on? What can we do for you?
Well, I have caught your show for the last year or so, and I think you guys are doing a service that I wish I had had in my younger days when I started my career.
Oh.
I am a public sector employee. I just turned 50 last year, and I am seriously looking to retire in 5 years.
Wow. So are you burnt? Are you burnt out?
I'm getting burnt, yes.
It's bad to get to that place. So I think good to plan. So Marie, you said you're 50. You've worked in the public sector. Are you partnered, married, single?
I am partnered. 5 years ago, I met the love of my life. So we are together with still our two separate homes and our finances separate, but we're moving in the direction of joining things.
Can I ask a very personal question?
Certainly.
How did you meet?
We met in a way that both of us said we'd never meet anybody. We were out at a club with friends who just had to go out that night. And
it happened.
It happened.
It's so old fashioned. I met at a bar. This renews my faith in actually human to human contact where you can have a chance encounter and it works. That's awesome.
Thank you. I think when we tell people the story, they look at us the same way.
It's great. That's great. And you have kids?
We have no kids, just fur kids.
Oh, what kind of fur kids? Cats or dogs?
We have one dog right now, and we're looking to grow the family, but we don't have enough time at home right now to do that yet.
I love it. Oh my God, that's awesome. So, your love of your life is about the same age, older, younger?
She's 4 years younger.
Oh, I love a younger one. It's always good. Okay. And is she working full time?
She is.
Okay. So you making this decision, just so you and I are clear about this conversation, we're talking about this knowing that this love of your life is in the background. However, that you are really planning your financial life based on your own numbers, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Got it. Good. Okay. So tell us a little bit about being a public sector employee. And if you were to retire in 5 years, so let's pretend you're 55 already. And what would your pension be?
It is estimated to be about $10,500 per month.
Wow, that's a lot. And how much do you earn currently?
I'm at $157 right now.
Okay. And are you also making a contribution in addition to the pension? Are you also putting money into a deferred compensation plan?
I have on and off over the years. I feel like I got some bad advice that maybe I wouldn't need my employer's 457. I didn't listen to it completely. So I have $85,000 in that in a standard. And then I started a little bit. So I have $5,000 in a Roth right now.
Okay, great. And how about any money that's not retirement money that would be non-retirement investments? Do you have anything like at a Vanguard or a Fidelity, anything like that?
I just was playing around with buying stocks. So I have $1,000 in a TD Ameritrade account that's now going to be Schwab.
Okay, very good. All right. So now, question, how about your safe money, emergency reserve?
I have a little over $10,000 in savings, just cash savings in a high yield savings account. Mm-hmm. We put into another high yield savings account for travel. We love to travel. So we're at $2,800 for that one right now. Mm-hmm. I have an I bond for $10,000.
This is great.
That looks like the rest of my list. Yeah.
How about your living situation? Do you you have separate residence right now? Do you own your home?
I do. Well, we actually just bought a house. I had a condo. She has a condo. And then I sold my condo at the peak a year and a half ago and put it back into a home that we think is going to be our retirement home.
Fantastic. How much did you buy that house for?
Well, we bought it for $930,000.
Oh my God, that's a real number. Do you have a mortgage on it?
Yes, $740,000.
So do you own it jointly, or do you have or is this in your name?
We own it jointly.
Okay. And what's the rate on the mortgage?
5.5.
30-year fixed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, if you look at your expenses or your share of the expenses for the house and all of that, what do you figure your expenses really are on a monthly basis?
I have really been looking at that, and I think mine, with the new house, I think mine is going to be about $7,200, $7,300. I do put $200 away into these separate savings accounts. So I was thinking my outflow is about $7,500 a month.
Are you putting money now into the deferred comp or not?
I am not now. I stopped it to wrangle the house situation, but I want to put my extra money somewhere, and that's what my main question was. Is I'll pay off my car next year. Hopefully we'll have the minimum amount of raises in the next 5 years. What will I be doing with that? And I feel like I really missed the boat on the Roth situation.
Why? Don't worry. You didn't miss anything. You're in great shape. Come on.
That's good to hear.
Right. How much is the car loan monthly?
It's $987 a month.
Wow. What are you driving?
I tried.
Wait a minute. What kind of car do you have? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Mark. You ready to make a guess of what she's driving? For $987 a month. Wait, let's think about it. What could it be? What could it be? She's in Southern California. I'm thinking it could be a Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of leaning in that direction. She seems like an environmentally friendly person.
Yeah, and also she has to drive a lot. So what is it? What kind of car?
Oh, yikes. I'm going to disappoint you guys. I have always wanted a Jeep Wrangler, so I bought myself a Jeep Wrangler.
How could a Jeep Wrangler cost $1,000 a month? How is that possible?
I wanted to pay it off before retirement, so
Yeah.
I took a 1.93-year loan.
Do you know how the Jeep was actually created? This is a great little piece of American history.
Are you talking about World War II or what?
Yes, World War II, exactly right. Thank you very much. So we needed Jeeps, right? We needed cars, vehicles. I believe that this is the basis for the Jeep. The look of the Jeep was that we had like a washing machine company making a car, and that's how you have the shape of a Jeep, which is basically a box. But you're spending $1,000 a month, and it's going to be done. And then I get that $1,000 a month to invest. Is that what we're saying? So now, and that's next year, right?
That's next year.
So right now, before that's paid off, how much money do you feel like you have in like I know you just bought a house. And so is there some free cash flow that's going into the emergency reserve and the travel fund?
Yes, 100 in each of those a month.
Okay. And that's about all you have to spare right now?
I'm saving a little for taxes and things like that, but I think I could probably squeeze out another 100, maybe 200 a month if I lived lean.
Don't live lean. You're fine. Okay. In a year, when the car is paid off, there's a couple of things that you can do. Number one is you can beef up your emergency reserve in your travel just to have that as you approach retirement, you're going to want access to money. Okay. So you can beef that up a little bit. You can also just put the money into the Roth. You can have money in a Roth that you start socking away, which is are you doing that now, or did that just sort of come up like you had a little extra money, you threw it in the Roth?
Well, I had been listening to you guys and learning more about Roth, and then I wanted to what I thought I was doing was starting the clock on the 59 and a half, and I just thought I needed to put some money in there, but without a real strategy.
Okay. Mark, what do you want to do with $1,000 a month in a year? Not right this second. So I think keep beefing up the emergency fund and the travel fund. But then with $1,000 a month, do you want to put it in a Roth, or do you want to put it in anything else, Mark?
I don't know. I was kind of leaning towards just using a brokerage account, to be honest with you.
Instead of the Roth at all.
Yeah.
So now if we have $1,000 a month, what Mark is suggesting is, okay, wait a minute. You're still making good money. That's fine. But we want to have a brokerage account. So you have that little account that was the TD Ameritrade account that's now going to be a Schwab account, right? So what if we took the $1,000 a month and started, instead of a Roth, essentially just saying, I'm going to create a non-retirement safety net for myself. I'm going to put half the money in a bond index, half the money in a stock index, and go to sleep at night. 4 years where you're putting away $12,000 a year, you're going to end up with 40, 50, maybe if you're lucky and the market does okay, $55,000 in a non-retirement investment account, a non-qualified investment account. And then you retire and you're 55 years old and you're in such great shape because you've got the pension. You've got your deferred comp that's going to keep growing. You've got this new investment account. We've got your beautiful little cash reserve, and you've got a house that you're both splitting. And, I don't know, are you going to do nothing at age 55? I mean, is she going to keep working? Because, you might get bored.
Oh, I will get bored. So I'm going to go do something. I'm going to go to the local aquarium or the dog sitter or something. I'm going to do something fun. But yes,
okay,
she'll work and I'll do something small.
Good. So then if you're going to do something small and she's going to keep working and you're going to have a little bit of extra money and you're going to have this pension, you're going to be in phenomenal shape. And what's your Social Security benefit? Are you entitled to it, or are you excluded from the system because of your job?
I'm excluded because of my job, but I did work a number of quarters before. So if I made up 2 more quarters, I would qualify for a small Social Security.
Go. I mean, you'll get your Social Security, you'll have money, life is going to be good, and I don't see any problem here. A couple of little annoying questions from your older sister, Jill. Do you guys, you bought this house together, it's jointly owned. Do you have estate documents that kind of talk about what happens to your stuff and the house and the pension? Like, she would be entitled to your pension, I presume, if you were married, but not necessarily otherwise. Is that right?
That's correct. And yes, we did estate documents already. I kind of feel like we did things backwards. We did our estate documents because of some of the benefits on retirement. We weren't necessarily thinking we needed to get married, but I think we're moving in that direction.
I mean, I'm going to just advocate for her. I think you should get married. I hate a pension benefit to go unused. Anyway, I think you're in great shape. Marie, do you have any other questions for us?
The only other thing that stands out for me is my 457 is invested in a target date fund, which is right now it's kind of like a 70-30. Do you feel like that's still the right risk for me right now?
So there's 2 ways to think about it. One is, who needs the risk? The other way to look at it is, well, I mean, I'm probably not touching this money till I'm 75 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. In other words, if you feel comfortable with that amount of risk, even though I'm a wimp, I would never feel comfortable with that amount of risk. If it's 70%, more risky and 30% less risky, it's not terrible because you don't have to tap this money for a while. So you can, but you should be thinking about scaling that back whenever it is that you access your deferred comp. Like 5 years before you start thinking about pulling it back. The risk wise, if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't really bother me because you don't need to access this money anytime soon.
Okay. That makes sense.
Right. Marie from Southern California. Mark and I are just going to continue to be jealous of every single one of you that have pensions. I'm sure it's well earned. But what is interesting when I think about this, when I think about whether it's a teacher or someone in government, it does kind of feel awful when friends of yours, maybe college classmates, are making so much more than you are. What you have to remember in a lot of these jobs, it's almost like you're getting half of your pay during your work life, and the other half comes when you retire. And that's the beauty of a pension. And it's a great stress reliever. So congratulations. And I'm very happy that you met the love of your life 5 years ago. That warms my heart. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the contact us button. Let us know if you would like to join us. Don't forget, while you're on the website, you can buy the book, The Great Money Reset, and you can subscribe to our new service. It's called Jill on Money Live. That's where you get access to quarterly live webinars and more special content. Okay, it's Friday, Mark. I got to do some business. Our music is composed by Joel Goodman. Karen Kranick is our web queen. Mark Talercio is our executive producer of My Life and the Show. We are distributed by Cadence 13. Do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.